Elmendorf, his second interception. Sonny, let's look at it again.
Well, you look at this, and you'll see what causes the interception. It's the pressure. You see right there, just as he released the ball, he got hit. He had somebody open. But look what happens. The ball is underthrown. Well, you're not guilty as a quarterback of throwing that. I can't count that as an interception for the quarterback. I got to give it to the offensive line.
We have a new quarterback for the Rams. Vince Ferragamo has come in. He gives off to Elvis Peacock, and he gets the yard. We've just been told by our producer Howard Reifsnyder they're x-raying the finger on the throwing hand of Pat Hayden. Remember,
we saw him when he came off the field. He was taking a look at it, and it must have either hit somebody's shoulder pad or helmet. You do that in your follow-through a lot of times, and possibly that's what happened.
You know, he broke his thumb in the playoffs against Dallas, and now that was the index finger this time, I believe. And so from the 42, second down and 8. There's Ferragamo's stats. He came in last week against Tampa Bay in the fourth quarter. Out of Nebraska. Give to Peacock again. Peacock to the 45, the 50, the first down to the Cardinal 46-yard line. Steve Niels drops in. Elvis Peacock. You got a feeling if he ever gets healthy, no telling what this guy would be like.
Taking a little counter. You saw him take the little counter step. He actually outruns the block that time. Gets outside. Bill Bain in at guard, and he outran Bill Bain that time to get outside, and enough for the first down.
You know, Hayden left the game, Sonny, 14 of 24, 170 yards. Pretty good afternoon. I was impressed with his play today.
I was. He's able to move the ball on the ground, and that really helps Pat Hayden when they're capable of doing that.
From the 46, the first down. This is Ferragamo, and almost intercepted. Nice play by Ken Green. Green all over the place. Here's a fourth quarter score in Oakland, leading Denver. It's a surprise.
This is a surprise. 20-3. It's unbelievable. You know, that's kind of unreal. I didn't expect them to come back and play this well. They got Kansas City beat them last week.
Right, and Denver came from behind on the arm of Craig Morton last week, and now they're having offensive problems, it looks like.
And Kansas City doing a job on Seattle, too. They're leading 24-6 right now. They're in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Seattle's had their problems. Second and 10. Ferragamo, fourth-round draft pick in 1977. He just got rid of that man covered on the far side all the way, and he just tossed it out of there. There's the score you just mentioned a while ago, Sonny, the Kansas City-Seattle game. And that is a final. Kansas City has won. It's just been handed to us, the final score, and they're 3-2.
Boy, Marv Levy's done an excellent job there.
Got a good young team defensively, and that doggone wing T seems to be working for him a little bit.
A lot of criticism. A lot of criticism, excuse me, Gary, but a lot of criticism last year about that wing T, but it's been successful for him.
Here we are, time remaining in the score. The Rams have never been able to put the clincher together, but the Cardinals have never been able to get on the board. It's been a battle of no scoring in the second half. There's Charles Young. And he's to the 31-yard line and has a first down. Perry Smith defending on the play.
Just a real good throw here by Vince Ferragamo. I like this young man. Good throw here. He gets a blitz, has single coverage, delivers the ball well. You see how close Smith was to making a play, but not quite. Threw it accurately, enough for the first down.
You know, you wonder what's happened to Young. He had some sensational years. In '74, he caught 63 passes. That led the NFC. He had 55 catches in '73.
It's hard to catch that many when you're sitting on the bench.
That's a good point. Last year, he had 18 catches. Here is, on the far side, Eddie Hill. Hill inside the 30-yard line to the 27. The Rams in a position where they like to be. The 14-0 lead. Time starting to tick away, and they're moving the football. There's Eddie Hill, number 24.
The last two times they've had the football, Cardinals have forced him to turn the ball over. They stopped him down inside of their 5-yard line once, and then they got the fumble by Terry Nelson, and Worley picked it up. They put a stop to him a couple times. They need it again.
Second down and 6. Ferragamo, big guy, 6'3", 207, cranking up, throwing down the field. Jesse running out of room. He couldn't stay in and make the catch. Carl Allen defending on the play. And Ron Jesse with 5:02 as you see the scoreboard clock here. The Rams now, Sonny, this is really kind of surprising. Have 351 yards in total offense. 166 rushing, 185 passing.
They've had the ball so much, really, because they've been able to control the ball. They haven't made any mistakes that have really hurt them. Yet on the other hand, the Cardinals have.
Cardinals 195 yards, 109 passing, 86 rushing. Ferragamo back, look out, pressure, and he's got a man. Bill Waddy, touchdown. Bill Waddy went up, had to wait on that football, but he got it. 27-yard touchdown strike. Roger Worley defending on the play, and that may be the clincher they've been looking for.
Two people coming off the bench. Vince Ferragamo looked to his right, then went back and threw to his left, and Waddy just makes a good catch. He steals the ball from Roger Worley, and he was in the end zone when he made the catch. Therefore, they get a touchdown.
A future doctor.
A little happy, huh?
Vince Ferragamo. He's studying in medical school. Be a doctor someday. They must have the smartest core of quarterbacks in the history of the NFL in Hayden and Ferragamo. One a doctor, another a Rhodes Scholar.
We shouldn't talk about that, but Kilmer and I were in Washington.
Well, you were smart in other ways.
We had to go the other way. That's right.
Corral, point after. And it's a 21-0 game. And so, the Los Angeles Rams on a 60-yard drive in 8 plays. A 27-yard touchdown pass from Ferragamo to Waddy. 4:55 left.
I had my own way.
Take a look again at the Rams' third touchdown. Billy Waddy makes a play in the end zone against Roger Worley. Good catch, excellent catch by him. He just protected the ball. It wasn't a very accurately thrown ball. Got it to the man, but he just made an excellent play out of catching it for the touchdown.
There's the statistics on that last drive. That short kick taken by Kurt Allerman. And the Cardinals have the ball at the 40-yard line. Corral has kicked off those line drives all day. That's been their strategy.
It's kind of unusual, too, because if somebody can cut one of those things off, they get good field position. They also can return the ball very quickly before the covering team can get down.
I assume that's by design. From the 40-yard line now, the Cardinals down 21-0. They've got to kind of salve some injuries now, as here's Pizarkowitz, the new quarterback, off to Gary Parrish. And Parrish, the tight end, to the 42-yard line. Steve Pizarkowitz in at quarterback for the first time this year on his first pass, completion of 18 yards to Gary Parrish.
Good call here. You see him hide the ball, just a little screen, throws it off to Gary Parrish. Makes a good run with the football afterwards. He's showing me a little moves there, huh?
That's his 4th catch of the year. Pizarkowitz, 1 for 1 for the 79 season. Boy, he had a great game in the preseason against Atlanta. 4 touchdown passes. And now from the 41-yard line. Pizarkowitz throwing again over the middle. He's got his man, and Dave Steve making the catch inside the 40. They're going to mark the ball at the 36-yard line, and it'll be 4 yards short of the first down. Nolan Cromwell with the tackle.
That's something I think the Cardinal receivers, I like what they do. They recognize the blitz, and when they recognize the blitz, they alter their pattern. They run a little slant pattern, and Steve picked it up well and made the completion. He's a leading quarterback in the league right now. 2 for 2 for the season.
Pat Hayden, by the way, the x-rays on his index finger on his throwing hand have proved negative. That's good news.
You better get back on the field because Ferragamo just threw a touchdown pass.
It'll make you get well. Theodis Brown, nothing doing on that play. Jim Youngblood.
Youngblood made the stop.
Well, the basketball season getting underway in fine fashion. October 12th right here on CBS. The Lakers against the Clippers, and I'm anxious to see Bill Walton play for the Clippers. Going against Magic Johnson of the Lakers. Bill Walton is healthy, he's happy, and when he's healthy and happy, no telling what kind of season he could have.
I tell you one thing, you have to be alert when you're on the floor with Magic Johnson, because he can embarrass you with hitting you with a basketball.
Boy, that's going to be a good team in Los Angeles. The big guy in the middle and Nixon and Johnson at the guards. Back to throw Pizarkowicz, throwing far side. He just got rid of that one. Jim Childs was the man over there. Pat Thomas. I got to say something about Thomas. He has really played well today. He's covered everything they've thrown his way.
Looks like to me that he's reading the pattern so well, because every time someone is running out pattern, he has read the pattern perfectly. Looked like to me if Charles had gone upfield that particular time, he would have run right by him, but yet the pattern was designed to go out, and he was there. He must be reading the receivers.
We have a fourth down now, and they're just going to try to get something going. 4th and 6. 2:41 left in the game. Pizarkowicz scrambling around across the grain, intended for Theodis Brown. And guess who was there again? Number 53, Jim Youngblood. He has 2 interceptions already this year. He's really come on. He's played that left linebacker spot as well as anybody will play it. And so, taking over on downs, the Rams with 2:36 remaining.
Here's a great Radio Shack bargain for people on the go. A take-along realistic entertainment system. It's an AM/FM radio for music and news, a cassette tape player. With this built-in mic, I can record lectures, meetings, even personal notes anywhere. Right now at Radio Shack, it's only $59.95. That's $30 off. Realistic radio recorder, like having a take-along entertainment system. Now sale price, just $59.95 at Radio Shack, a Tandy company.
Introducing the first new truck of the 80s, the only American 4x4 pickup with independent front suspension, the 1980 Ford. And for the first time ever, we're going to run a 4-wheel drive over these 4x4 beams next to this wall of light bulbs. A rod is attached to the front wheel and another to the door. Now watch as Ford's unique 4x4 independent front suspension steps over the beams independently. The wheel rod is breaking bulbs, but the door rod doesn't. Come into your Ford dealer now for a special preview of the first new truck of the 80s.
A priest falls from the Golden Gate Bridge.
Suicide.
Someone is trying to kill me.
A cop and a beautiful nun. Together they might find the truth and each other. The Golden Gate Murders, Wednesday at 9, 8 Central.
2:36 remaining in this game. We want to thank our statistician, Dennis Mnuchin, our spotter, Chuck Panama, for our help today in this booth. We have 2:36 left, and the Rams have a 21-0 lead. First down at the 37-yard line.
God, and I want to thank Ozzie Lang. He's been giving me all the scores here, and we have another final. San Diego 31, San Francisco 9.
And fighting for some yardage is Eddie Hill. Hill to the 39-yard line. That's Kurt Allerman in there now at a linebacker spot, making the stop. And we have a timeout called.
Okay, do you understand this timeout? What are they doing? So we're going to call a timeout here. Take one of them because we want to score 21 points.
Well, they're going to explain why they called the timeout.
What was that?
By the Cardinals. They called the timeout.
All right.
They have 2 remaining.
2 remaining timeouts. They want to force a fumble. Stranger things have happened.
And, of course, they'll have the 2-minute warning coming up in a moment. I tell you, Bud has had some more pleasant Sunday afternoons than this one today.
It's got to be very disappointing. His team just has not played well today. You know, you could, since, you know, they played 2 tough teams, Dallas, Pittsburgh. They gave the game away last week against the Washington Redskins. To come out here today, you're asking an awful lot for them to bounce back and play with a lot of enthusiasm. I don't think they have, Gary.
Boy, they've got 6 playoff teams in the first 8 weeks. This is the 3rd and 5, so it's not going to get any easier. Here's Eddie Hill. And Hill out to the 44-yard line. Well, this team might have left their best football on the field after those losses. That'll do it to you sometimes. You lose. They thought they had the Pittsburgh game won. That's the one that really hurt.
One of the big problem is, I feel it in all football teams, and being part of it for the 18 years that I've played, is that you think it's going to get easier, right? It doesn't get easier. I don't care who your opponent is. It just doesn't get easier.
2-minute warning. The Rams on their way to their third win of the year.